the greatest broker of all time, the godfather of real estate, Jim Utterback.
Favorite agent?
Well, they know. If you've got more than one kid, you've got your favorites to change, you know, and you, especially for selling. But I gotta admit, sometimes when you come in and eat my damn donuts and never sell anything, I get a little irritated. And then bitch about the donuts. How come we got big boy? I like croissants better. So you know who my favorite is.
Are you glad?
And I love it because they have a sense of humor. It really is nice.
So are you glad you did it?
Well, it's kind of late now. Somebody had said, how come I had 7 kids? Well, I had 3 of them before I knew what caused it. It's hard to put it together.
Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Zonna. I sell real estate for a living. This is going to be 2 videos I'm going to release. I want to share with you some of my experience and how I found the greatest broker of all time, where I started my real estate career. And this is my tribute to him. I'm going to share my experience and what I learned on my first 6 years of selling real estate, what he taught me. In my opinion, he is the greatest broker of all time. And I felt honored and privileged to have him as my mentor in my early years of my career. Jim Utterback has started selling vacuum cleaners and has become the best salesman and moved to California around the 70s. He bought a franchise from Century 21 and built his business in Long Beach and has a big impact and have changed the way real estate business is done. He has run his office for over 40 years. He built an empire and worked tirelessly helping people, a man with a lot of passion to what he does, a great salesman, a good family man, and raised 7 kids. And on top of that, he extended his family, started a real estate academy by helping thousands of agents like me to start their real estate career. Such a great man. I remember he would wear jeans on Thursdays where he would help the janitors clean the building. And then I found out that he actually built his family a house with his own hands. And why did I end up at Jim's office? It was through the word of mouth that I found him. People love him, and a lot of research I have done. I was ready for it. Century 21 back then was the most popular. And if I would put my time into this, I want to learn from the best. I want to treat it as if I am going to school on my first 5 to 6 years. I want to learn as much as I can. I knew that to sell real estate is going to be challenging. The first 3 years in real estate, I had to sacrifice and didn't go to any family gatherings and holiday celebrations. He has a lot of similarities with my grandfather, and I got inspired more and more. Built his empire with his wife on top of having 12 kids. And up to this day, my grandpa's legacy with his real estate is still alive within the family for 85 years now. He was a very good businessman. I knew I was in the right office. Even if it's an hour away from where I live, I drove every day. I decided I want to start my real estate career in Long Beach because it has a very diverse culture. Century 21 Action was my real estate academy. I want to learn and meet people from different cultures, from different financial levels of life. Long Beach was the perfect city. While I was going to school, someone showed me the movie Glen Gary Glen Ross. That movie, up to these days, I would still revisit and watch. And during that time, it would have already scared me and not pushed through to finishing my real estate school, because in that movie, it was said that it takes brass balls to sell real estate. And over the years, I found it to be true. However, at that time, it made me more inspired instead of me getting scared. I like the challenge. I know it will be difficult. If you are able to sell real estate and you are good at it, you can sell about anything in this world. With adversity, that's when growth happens and you develop to a more mature and wiser person. Jim would always tell me I will do good because I have good personality. Jim has also given us a CD of Earl Nightingale. Up to these days, I still watch it every once in a while to remind myself and get motivated. "Oh, really?" and "get over it" are the words Jim has always spoken. He would say you are responsible for your own life, no one else. And he would also say do not give your power away. One day I got invited by a big broker in the area. Agents would whisper about him, so I didn't really know what that was all about. I was curious. I got an invitation to have a private meeting with him, and so I went to his office. The very first thing he told me about loyalty, and that you have to be loyal to yourself first and pay yourself first. His goal was to recruit me and move my license to work for him. He then said he would bake my cookies. And I thought to myself, well, what if you are not there anymore to bake my cookies? What will I do? I'm supposed to learn how to bake my own cookies. That's how my mom always taught us to learn, so that we are to marry someone and that we have something to bring to the table and help our husband or our partner. That's how I was raised. And that he will want to help me to be the top agent. That's actually an opposite of what Jim has taught us. I respect every businessman. Everyone has their own style and way of making their money. And loyalty is very important. So I can agree with him with that. Loyalty and pay myself first, make the most money to myself. That's a good thing, and that's a very businesslike, and I respect that. But then I don't think it is a good idea to have someone bake the cookie for you, because then you would never know how to bake it yourself. Like Jim always says, you are responsible for your own life, no one else. This happens a lot in real estate. Brokers recruit other agents to join them. It's a culture, and it's very rampant in the business world. But in my opinion, no one should have the right to take from anyone unless they are given permission. Having someone eat what you bake is not a good thing, and that's the business model I don't really agree with. Like Jim would say, there's always something for everyone. Just work hard. Keep prospecting. Go out, go to work. Miracle will happen. I really do believe this. We live in an abundant world. If you go out and help people, good karma always comes. I gracefully declined the other broker's offer. Jim has 7 kids, a good family man, and he runs Century 21 Action. I considered it to be my real estate academy. I knew I need a school and a training ground for this. Just like going to college, you have to work hard, you have to study hard. And I realized that I do love selling. Since I was a kid, I've always loved to sell. I sold candies, chocolate, even my own school supplies I would sell. I sold Avon cosmetics, clothings, and I sold cell phones, and then I decided I want to sell real estate. My mom always say, you can be both. You can have two careers. Having two is actually better than one. She always encouraged us because she also had a business and she was working in healthcare. My mom is a laboratory scientist and she owned a healthcare business on her younger years here in California. My dad was a licensed contractor here in California and has built a house for my grandmother, and I sell real estate for a living. I thank Jim UTTERBACK, and I am humble for what I have achieved. After 6 years of being here on YouTube, it was a lot of work, in and out, trial and error, uploading videos, but I'm planning to stay. I have the next 50 years. My new office is in YouTube City, in the town called Zonna Luxury Homes. And my business cards are on Facebook and Instagram if you want to connect with me privately. And in the last 15 years selling real estate with my humble real estate team of closers with very good work ethics and experience who has been with me all these years, I'm ready to take clients here from YouTube and from my social media to do deals, small or big houses, income properties, commercial properties. I would love to take you as a client, especially if you are cool, fun, and who loves to eat. The very first thing Jim taught us was to go and approach our sphere of influence. And over the years, most of my businesses came from my sphere of influence. I have focused on that. Through my friends and people that knows me, I stayed in the business. I feel so blessed to have the support from them. It's very hard in the beginning. You have to work a lot. You have to put dedication. I live a highly disciplined life since I was a kid. Discipline is part of my lifestyle. Having adventure and fun and doing what you love and finding your true passion are all very important. I want to live a life where I will have very little regrets when I get older. And when I look back to the years, I could put a smile in my face and know that I have helped my family, friends, and people, just like Jim has done. I really do believe that miracle happens to the ones that go out and try to help people and improving yourself to be the best version of you. Every Saturday morning, we have a meeting, and you have to be on time, and you have to always look good and drive a nice car. Those are Jim's rules. The word of mouth is very important in the real estate business. A good reputation is a must. Jim would always tell us not to lie, because when you lie, it will be very hard to remember what you said. And when you sell real estate, you will have to remember a lot of things. My goal was to be able to decide what will I do with my day, who I want to see, and to have fun and be happy doing what I do and working with people I like and who likes me. That was my goal. Money was not the first thing in my mind. That will come after, and that doesn't concern me much. Health and my well-being is the most important, and how I could stay long-term in this business of selling. I take a lot of risks in life, but I try to find ways to keep it simple. Because keeping it simple, I believe you're more likely to keep a long-lasting business. I wanted to learn as much as I can from the expert, and Jim was the right teacher for me.